Boom, baby. And we're live. This is the ECOM Profit Podcast. We have a new setup today.
Like every day.
Richard's to
we're
my
live,
side.
baby.
No, they got the logo over here. But yeah, we got a new setup today on the podcast. We keep changing this. We don't know which way to go, what makes it look the best. But we'll keep changing it to see what we decide on. How's it going, Richard Telfeja?
It's going really well. My phone's being a piece of shit right now.
I said Telfeja kind of weird.
So it's going really well. Today, we want to have our good old pal Lewis here on the podcast to inject some of his comments in here, because we haven't had Lewis in here ever since he said that he didn't really like Rolly. So maybe we'll ask him that question again. Maybe Rolly will listen to this podcast.
That was like a year ago, I think.
Yeah, that was like, damn, we've had this podcast for a year now. And we're still only getting 200 views on YouTube. What the fuck is up with that, guys? To be fair, we have been a little inconsistent. Yeah.
We have been inconsistent.
we're just all over the place. You know, I was thinking, because, so guys, when we were actually going to talk about a movie. So Josh wanted to talk about a movie. Lewis wanted to talk about something, whatever it is that we're going to talk about. We'll probably do the movie thing afterwards. And I just remember this because you said we're being inconsistent. I wanted to talk about Uncut Gems, because I feel like we can relate to Uncut Gems a lot more than Wolf of Wall Street in here. We're just like, we're doing something and we get a phone call and Rolly's over there showing his ass to someone, and then you're on the phone with your insurance company and Rolly's talking a lot of things.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess here. But there's a lot of moving pieces going on, and then like something changes. I wouldn't say it's as crazy as Uncut Gems, because that movie I was literally like sweating. Yeah. Like when I was at the movie theater and I was like eating my popcorn, and I was like, I would lift up my like armpits and there would be like sweat down there. Like it was pretty intense. But
Josh, we'll talk about that on the next podcast. Yeah. I still think it's a good idea.
Yeah, we have a video coming up. I actually think that, so we're gonna do a video.
Reacting to different movies and what you guys think.
Yeah, we're gonna be reacting.
Homework this week to watch.
Oh, homework. We're gonna watch some movies.
That's all we can do now in quarantine, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, we're not in quarantine anymore.
Semi. Partial quarantine. But we're going to be watching movies, business movies. Josh recommended The Founder. He said that that's like the number one. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. He said that's like the number one movie.
It's Steve Jobs, right?
No.
Ray Kroc.
McDonald's.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. Yeah.
So we'll be watching movies this week, and then on Friday we'll have a video for you guys reacting to different movies. So if you guys haven't seen the YouTube channel, we've been doing a lot of unorthodox videos, I would say. We did a video last week reacting to TikToks. That was fun. Richard did one answering some
answering questions. The audio sucked because of Josh.
Josh and Johnny usually work together to like set up the Josh works more with the cameras, Johnny works more with the audio. So Johnny wasn't here that day.
So yeah, he joshed it up.
Yeah, so Josh redeemed himself. He redeemed himself.
I'm just joshing with you. Guys, so today Lewis wanted to talk about the pros and cons of growing your business. And Laz and I have grown a lot in the past, what is it now, 5 years, 4 years?
About 5 years.
Yeah, so we can talk about the timeline and how we started and how we were actually just talking about this, so we'll just re-say everything that we used to do back then and what we do in today's world. I think we should also talk about how it's changed our personalities. I think it's made me more I just get fucking aggravated a little easier now. There's so much, like back then,
a little bit more stress now.
Yeah, a little bit more stress, right? Yeah. I like stupid shit that wouldn't bother me back then kind of bothers me now because it's just so much stuff. But
and sorry to cut you off there. I think it also, just as you get older in general, I think there's more like things you have to worry about, because before like the bills weren't as much, we didn't have cars, it was just very like chill. Like we were going to school, we had just graduated college, so we were like very low on the stress level, I would say. Yeah. And so back then Laz and I were just running one Shopify store. We were making in profit maybe like $300 each a day. No, even more, I think. Sometimes, some days we'll make more. I vividly remember a moment in time where we were making like $2,000 a day, and then you asked me, you're
I
like,
called you. I remember that.
you
day.
asked me, you're like, Laz, what the fuck are we doing, man? We're making like $2,000, but like we could be making more. And then I like thought, and I was like, damn, we're making $2,000. That's like crazy. That's like we're comfortable as hell. But yeah, $2,000 profit a day, and we were like chilling.
We were like 22 at the time, so we were fucking. It was great, honestly. That's the thing with business, though. Whenever you get to a milestone, you always want to get to the next one. It's like a never-ending cycle.
Yeah.
Of just wanting to get to the next level, which that kind of fucks you up a little bit, right?
Yeah. And it's like, it's that whole thing. You have to step back and kind of look at what you've accomplished. Because if you get stuck in that loop of just, oh, I need to get to the next thing. I need to get to the next thing. I need to get. You always be stressed out. You always be like going crazy. Like, I mean, you'll make progress, but
yeah, that's true, man.
It's
that is
tricky.
So true. I think so. One of the cons I think of growing is just I think your attitude gets a little bit worse. I really do think it does, just because you have more stress, you have more shit to worry about. You're kind of like overlooking more projects that are going on, and you just have more to lose. Like back then, what did we have to lose?
Yeah, absolutely nothing.
We would literally get our whole bank account and throw it in because we had nothing to lose.
Right.
Would you throw your whole bank account into anything in today's world?
No, I don't know.
Exactly. So since there's more to lose, there's more stress, there's more anxiety, there's more things that pile up. So when something's not going your way, your attitude does go down. So I think that's one of the biggest drawbacks of growing your company.
Yeah. Cons, I would say definitely like the stress is probably the main thing growing a business. You know, now when you have people who work for you, a team of people, people rely on you on a week-to-week basis. Your business can't do bad, because then, you know, you have to pay employees, you have to pay for this office that we're in, you have to pay to keep the lights on. So it's just a bunch of things that you have to make sure that, you know, is good, so that you're not, you know, a lot of people are depending on you is bottom line. And which for us, in our case, it's different because most of us are young. We're not like paying crazy bills or anything like that. None of us have kids. So it's literally like all of our friends that are working here with us. So there's not I wouldn't even say that there's that much stress, but I could see how, you know, the more you grow, the more people you hire, the more time passes by, how that can even get worse. But yeah, I think it's just putting things into like perspective and just keeping an open mind. Also,
like freedom. I think you kind of lose freedom as you grow, because I don't give a shit what anyone says. The more you grow, the more you have to work. I don't care if you own your own business, because people are always like, oh, own your business, don't work for it, or all that bullshit, which I believe is true. You should own it, not work for it. But the people who work the most are people who own businesses, I think. I really do believe so. Unless if you're doing like a jet ski rental where you're just outside riding jet skis the whole day, or something calmer like that, something else. But something like what we're doing, I don't think that anyone in our industry actually works 4 hours a week and gets by with it. Is it possible? Maybe it is possible, but it's not something that we've been able to say, yeah, we're only working 4 hours this week. We used to.
Yeah.
We used to work like 4 hours in a week, maybe 4 to 10 hours, maybe a week.
We used to take a lot more days off, that's for sure.
Yeah. But in today, there's no week that I only work 4 hours a week.
Yeah. And I think it's not that it's not doable. I think it is. And the way you accomplish that is by building teams and like, you know, having like systems in place where people can handle different tasks of the business. And that's how you grow it. But it is something that, you know, you do at the end of the day. You have to have, like, you're going to have the best interest at heart for the business, because you want it to grow. So you have to either hire people who have the same alignment in values and ideas as you, or you have to be a vital part of the business that you have to be like constantly, you know, paying attention to what's going on and, you know, kind of like lighting the fire, so to speak.
Yeah. Louis, what do you, because I know you want to be part of it. So what do you think?
Yeah, what did you have in mind as far as growth, pros and cons? Was there anything that you think that has definitely changed in the last, like, because Louis, you've been with us for the longest.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to say is, especially for you guys, from an outsider's point of view, right? And you're gonna repeat this if they don't hear me. But from an outsider's point of view, not only just the employees, but now we're up to our total student count is over 1,600 people right now.
Right.
So we have 1,600 people that at various times want to get in contact with you guys.
Do you want,
Right.
Josh? Do you want Lewis to just exit?
Yeah, that would.
No, it's just
I was
come over
thinking
here.
like how you could. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be a lot easier.
I saw Josh getting up and then contemplating whether to move the cameras or not.
Lewis,
I was like, wait,
I just wanted to be the sound. I just wanted to be the sound.
Lewis was saying, Johnny, we have to set up that third mic so that we can.
We have it.
Because
that round table.
the round table.
Oh yes.
The round table would be dope.
Right, so I was saying that from an
Yeah,
outsider's
really
point of
grab
view-
that, pull that mic in too.
All right.
Yeah, you have that. Just put it right in front of you.
So from an outsider's point of view, watching you guys kind of, or the business grow as a whole, right? It's not just the employees at this point. It's the fact that we have over 1,600 students that you guys teach, you know,
Right.
drop shipping and just e-commerce. And when I talk about drop shipping, it's not just drop shipping, it's business knowledge, right? Because drop shipping is the act of sending and shipping products that you don't physically own. But what about the business aspect, right? Do I create an LLC or an S corp? How do I do taxes? Hey, I'm in this state. My merchant processor got shut down. These are all questions that we get on a daily, fairly daily basis that you guys are very involved in as well. So I guess even if the things that you can outsource, or not outsource, but the things that you can delegate to your employees or to the people here that we work with, the team that we work with, there's some things that you feel comfortable doing yourselves, or that interaction with the students that you guys have, especially on your Instagram accounts and stuff, or when you do the student live sessions. So that interaction that you guys have, that's taken up a lot more of your time. So no, you can't work 4 to 10 hours anymore.
Right,
A week.
yeah.
It's just physically impossible.
Yeah, and that's a big thing that we when we were working like 4 hours, we weren't doing a course, we weren't doing anything like that. We were just literally we just had our store and that's it. But yeah, when it comes down to students, and like you said, now I think it's at 1,600 or so students that we, that are in our programs. It's a lot of people, and a lot of people who have questions, a lot of people who, they rely on you for answers and for help, and for you to get on Q&As with them and help them along the way. And and that's just students. And then on top of that, there's the followers that we have, people always asking questions, and we try to be as active as possible. We try to talk to people. We try to respond most of the DMs. If they take a while, that's because there's a lot, but we try to be active. And that's just another drawback, I guess, of things that, as they grow, time,
So I think we've been listing a lot of cons, but what are some pros?
Oh, there's a lot of pros too.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros. I was gonna say, lads, that I think that the reason why, because I know you're saying we try to be as active as we can, kind of with a little negative connotation, because I know that we're not as active as other people.
Yeah.
But I think the main reason is because we're not just selling a course.
Yeah, that's true.
So do you guys imagine if all we were doing was selling the course, nothing else in here? Alexa's running ads for just a program. Everyone's just doing content for the program. There's no Shopify store, no CPA, which that's what most coaches do. They literally stop what they're doing and they start. Right now we would have 5,000 students maybe.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. When we first started the program, remember we even started with someone else. We had another partner in it, and it was never even to make a lot of money with it or anything. Our bread and butter was always running our own ads to Shopify or wherever it is that we're running ads to. But I think that's a double-edged sword, and that's what we're always telling people, that we're not as active as most other guys out there that are selling courses, selling programs.
Right.
But at least that whatever it is that you're learning from us, it's because we're actually doing it ourselves. We're always, I consider myself a student. I'm not I don't consider myself a guru, because we're always learning. We're always changing our systems. Today, we changed our whole email flow.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. We are practicing what we preach. In a lot of cases, we're learning from our students too. We're always students of the game. We're working alongside of our students. Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. The people that you see posting all the time, that's because that's what they do full time. They just sell a program, or they sell coaching, or they sell whatever. But how do you think that they're able to do that? They have, they're not doing what they're preaching, they're just selling.
No way.
They did it in the past.
They did it in the past. Sure. They had some success, but they don't have time. There's not enough hours in a day to have your own online store business and then at the same time be teaching people and then be running ads on on another front. We do a lot of things here.
Yeah,
That's the
have
reality.
3 main businesses.
Yeah.
We have the affiliate stuff, we have the course, and then we have Shopify.
Right.
We have 3 things that we're doing, and we can talk about the positives now. That's
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take over, if you,
Yeah,
because
go
you,
ahead.
are you sure? Because
Yeah.
you brought
Yeah,
it up.
you brought it up, buddy.
No, I brought it up because I want to see your ideas. What do
Yeah.
you think are some of the biggest pros that pop out?
So pros, I think, and this is a pro that I think is I do think that when we grow and we have a team of people, it allows us to do things faster. Just because when it was just Richard and I, whenever we would want to implement something, it was literally just Richard and I doing things. Now, whenever we create a store or start something, it's like, yo, Johnny, make me a logo. Yo, can someone set up a page for this? Can someone do that? And boom, we're up and running within like no time.
Dude, I feel like we're a fucking machine. In
Yeah,
here.
it's
like
a machine.
whenever
It's a
something has
machine.
to happen, we're like, hey, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and then at the end we all bring it together, and boom, we have a finished product. We can literally have a store up and running within a day. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Alexis makes the ad. Josh and Johnny are making logos or designing the page. We're picking products or
Yeah.
parties. Like it's insane what we
Yeah.
have already.
Yeah, so it's like we're all like each cogs on a wheel, and we're just like whenever something needs to get done, that's what's happening. Now, I also think, growing has allowed us, to expand, like our business as well. So, we're all making more money. If you think about it, Rich and I are making more money. You guys are all making more money because either you're making more money than you were before, or people who weren't working before have now joined the team and they're making money. And this is like unlike any other job. I say that's another pro, just like the fun that we have here. It's like we're all like friends. Here in the office it's business first, but at the same time we're all friends. We have fun. We're all young. So we all have like the same, like, not personality, but like the same like attitude, I guess, towards things.
Guys, outside of the office, I don't really hang out with anyone else.
Yeah.
Like that I can think of someone who I hang out with whenever like we're doing a fight or anything. Like it's always you guys who I invite, because that's just, I know you guys have your group of friends and stuff like that, but I guess us, like, we've been friends since high school. Even though you guys still come, except for Josh. Josh didn't come, even though I told him we were gonna grill some veggies. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we got you the shorts and a towel, so if you wouldn't have gone to the beach.
And it was on a work day on a Friday.
And it was on a work day.
Oh, my brother didn't come either.
Oh no, he didn't come. Ish. No.
No.
Here
to the office.
to the fights. Yeah. It's cool.
Also, I think it's cool to see all of us grow at the same time. Like I think so. The people who have grown, and I'm not saying that are successful, I'm just talking about purely like growth, right? That have grown the least are, like, for example, Josh, obviously he hasn't grown yet because he literally just joined the team. But if you look at Johnny, for example, when he first started, or Lewis, when they've been here for, like, Johnny has been here for what?
Like a year and a half now.
A little over a year. And have you no, but you as a person and money, everything, like, together, you've grown.
Lifestyle has like.
Yeah. Lewis has grown. Lewis was your work. I don't know how much you were making back then, but I'm sure you're making a lot more now.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I think everyone has grown, and it's really nice to see it. And including Laz and I, we've grown a lot too. But it is really nice to see that our friends and employees, we've all grown together as a team, and I just really like it. It's really fulfilling to see that.
Yeah.
Like you guys said in the beginning, I think one of the biggest pros for me about the business getting to the level where we have it at now is the fact that systems that I was creating in the beginning, right? When you guys brought me on board, it was to do a specific task. And then I kind of have evolved, I would say, my sector to where it's at now. And then being able to delegate work to other team members now to keep building, right? Because it got to a point where I was just maintaining it, and now I'm able to delegate the work for them to continue doing something that I've set up, and then kind of elaborate more on other parts of the business, right? Like look more into emails or the back end system, making sure that everything's running smooth.
Lewis, I want to ask you a question because and this is more for I guess, the listener, the viewer that's watching this, somebody who, and Lewis, if no one knows, he is basically the like mastermind behind the Ecom Profit Masterclass. He's like the one that like handles like the students. He does a lot of the sales. He's like he's the go-to guy for the courses. And that's why Richard and I are able to do other stuff, because Lewis handles most of that stuff. So Lewis, asking you from like a sales perspective, right? What is like, I guess, like one tip or trick that you can give somebody, maybe somebody who's trying to get into sales? Because I mean, maybe somebody who's listening is like, I'm trying to start something like maybe e-commerce sales, something like that. And I think it could be like a valuable piece of info. So what is something that you can like, a little piece of info that you would tell like somebody who's thinking about getting into sales or something like that?
I think that the most important thing for me is be organized and persistent. And that's something that I've seen throughout the last 2.5 years or almost 3 of doing this. Is something that has been, I would say, my best trait is the organization.
So like setting up like schedules,
setting up schedules, setting up a flow,
right,
having clients understand, you know, what step they're in, how you can help them, and then following up with them, making sure that all those questions are answered correctly. You're not pushing or pressuring the client. A lot of people in sales will tell you, oh yeah, you want to push the sale, you want to go ahead and attack them, and you want to get it before, as soon as they can, while it's on their mind. I take a different approach to it, because what we do here honestly works, and I'm just trying to show people that it works.
Right.
So for me, it's more of a just giving information when asked, and then making sure that I'm organized myself to follow back up.
You're like a Tesla salesman.
I'm like a Tesla salesman.
Guys, I've told Lewis this before. He's not the best salesman at all. But Lewis is extremely fucking organized.
Yeah.
He's just very
meticulous.
He gets meticulous, exactly, which fucking helps him. But that would help him with anything, really.
Right, yeah.
But it really does help you a lot that you're so meticulous and so organized with your structuring, with everything, that it really does help you, because and you're not lazy, because I remember I was telling you guys that a really good salesman is always lazy for some reason. I don't know why.
Really good car salesman.
Exactly. They're always fucking lazy, which that hinders them. But it's not even about, like, you're not the type of person that will get on a call, even though you have, because you obviously, like, even if you weren't a good salesman, because bro, you knew nothing about sales. You were a paralegal.
Yeah,
so like how you went from a paralegal to a sales. Exactly. So there's
I
no
went
connect.
from paralegal to e-commerce, and then I had my
Exactly.
store to understanding e-commerce to sales.
Exactly. So it's not like you were born a salesman or anything. You really had the drive to do it, and you just got really organized, and you started. It all comes down to just testing. I remember you would even say, hey, I'm going to test out this, and I'm going to test out that, and oh, this one worked. And then you kept testing that until now it probably comes naturally to you. It honestly, it does probably. But before, you didn't. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're first starting out sales, you don't have to be. Remember, you would even get nervous to get on phone calls at first. Yeah. You're like, I don't want to get on phone calls. I just want to do it all through text. We're like, Lewis, get on phone calls. And it was like a big issue to get you on phone calls. So it's not like you were born. It's not like something that you're born with. It's something that you learn along the way.
Now, I think a big aspect to that too is believing in what you're talking about.
Right.
And having the information necessary to be able to educate others on the topic. Because sometimes in the beginning, I'd be like, I don't want to get on phone calls because I don't know how to answer that question. I don't know, what if they ask me this? I'm not sure. How do we do that?
Right.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into, okay, well, that's where me having my own dropshipping store came into play. And then I was able to see, okay, this is how you do it. Wow, okay.
Yeah. And if you have success with it, you're like, you even like believe in what you're selling even more. You have success and you're like, wow, this actually works. So you get behind it,
So if you're looking to get into sales,
to believe in the product you're selling.
If you're looking to get into sales, anyone out there looking to get into sales, I've taken so many courses on, sales, Grant Cardone's course and we went through all that. And there's a lot of different people have their own way of talking to others that they'll try to impose on you. But I would say grab the best from every single person that matches your personality and then utilize that. Because for me, it's not that, attacking or being savage or being, annoying in a sense. For me, it's just informing, persistency, and being organized.
Yeah. You're a Tesla salesman, man. That's it.
How much time? 25.
Oh yeah, we can wrap it up. But I want to say the Tesla salesman, man. They blew me away.
Yeah, we went for the test drive.
So Alexis, he's our media buyer. He just got himself a Tesla, which is awesome. We all went to test drive it and we were all blown away by the car. That car is a lot smarter than any other car I think I've ever driven. So we all want to get one now. But yeah, the Tesla salesman was so funny because like usually, you know, you go to a dealership and they're like, oh, you know, what's going on? Like, come on, let's buy it. What's holding you back? Let's run some numbers. Let's check this. The guy was literally like, oh yeah, like, let me know if you guys want to get it. You know, if you do, whatever. These are all the features, whatever. Yeah.
Not pushy at all.
No, not pushy at all. It's like completely different experience than from like a regular car dealer.
And look at that. Now Alexis has purchased his first Tesla and we're all looking into buying our own. So
they're doing something, right?
Hey, something's working. Yeah. Something's definitely working there.
Right. Yeah. They know their value and they don't care if you take it or not. There's no negotiating price and all that stuff. It's just, it is what it is. And
it is what it is. Yeah.
All right, guys. So I think we'll wrap this one up here with our boy Lewis. We're going to wrap it up. So guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know, hit the notification bell so that you can get updated when any new video drops. Also, if you're on Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, or anywhere that there might be a podcast, make sure you like this. Leave us a review. 5 stars, baby. Lewis, take it away.
If you're going to leave 1 star, then fuck you.
Oh, shit. It is what it is.